I think there's a huge potential for opera in India because through the Neemrana Music Foundation, where we've seen almost, I think, about 10 operas or so that have been performed till date since 2002. And I think that there's a lot of young musicians now in India who don't necessarily know what Western classical music is or opera is, but are being pulled in by the foundation through the vast advertisements of the different operas that have been held in the past. And these young musicians are coming to the choir rehearsals to know more about opera, to learn more about opera. And I think there's a lot of people who talk about the Neemrana Music Foundation. So all these youngsters from the different music schools that are there in Delhi and Gurgaon come just to experience what opera is. And I've seen a lot of them get pulled in because they love the music so much that they actually, I think there's a huge scope of opera developing big time in India. You have to be very dedicated on the amount of time you give to practice, to studying, to learning languages, to doing a lot of technical exercises, to learn to become an opera singer. It's like you're an athlete, literally, because as a singer, your body is the instrument. So you have to really take care of your body, which means you need a lot of exercise. There's a lot of vocal training that involves exercise. There's a lot of dedication to learning music, to practicing with a pianist, to practicing different languages and acting. So I think the most important thing would be determination and dedication to become an opera singer. It's not easy work. Through my experience living in Europe, I've realized while learning different operas that each opera is linked to a different part of history and culture. So by learning different operas, I've learned a lot about the different cultures in the different countries of Europe. So I think that it has been an experience that has broadened my spectrum, my understanding of the European culture. It's the most important exchange that we can do, a cultural exchange from different people, different parts of the world, bringing different people together. For instance, with the underprivileged children, they have no idea of where Europe is, or even if they do, they don't have the basic know-hows of what happens in Europe and how people live or how people behave. But through these operas, through the different storylines that you have in these operas that are being brought to Delhi, they are learning different things about the European culture. For instance, we have to tell them the storyline. We tell them what language they're singing in. We teach them the words, but then we also explain to them the meaning of every word that they sing. Like literally for word-to-word translations are given, so that not only are they able to do justice to the music, but they also, through their experience of learning the songs, have an idea of what the language sounds like and would be like. Like they get a gist of what the French language is or what the Italian language is, and there are some words that they retain. And so if you ask them out of the blue, if they know a word in Italian and they say, oh yes, we know, and they say mio, and then you know that you've taught them sufficiently well enough for them to retain something of a foreign language that is completely, there's no relevance to that language in their daily lives.